Welcome back to America Decides. Thanks for staying with us on this tariff day. Our CBS News polling finds Americans want President Trump, at least as they tell us, to focus more on reducing prices that they encounter every day, not so much on increasing tariffs. Well, the president has been shifting blame for some of that residual inflation that he has inherited to, guess who? Former President Biden.
Egg prices have quadrupled. I said, I just got here. I didn't even know. I said, what's the problem with eggs? But the problem with eggs was Joe Biden. That was the problem.
Joel Payne and Kevin Sheridan join me now at the table. Joel, CBS News political contributor, Democratic strategist. Kevin, former spokesperson for the Republican National Committee, among many other tasks in the world of Republican politics. Good to have you both with me. I want to play you two sound bites from Capitol Hill today. And I'm not sure which sequence they will be in, but one is Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, Republican. The other is Rand Paul, Republican from Kentucky. Play it, please.
The president is saying to businesses in foreign countries, if you want to sell our people stuff, you've got to move your business to America and hire people. And the truth is, in terms of the short term, the impact on the economy, we're in uncharted waters, and no one has any idea what the impact's going to be.
Tariffs on trade between us and Canada will threaten our country with a recession. I think they're a terrible idea economically and will lead to higher prices.
Kevin, what do you think about that?
Yeah, politically, he's got a little bit of rope, a bit of a leash because he ran so far ahead of the Republican Party and really carried them over the top.
There's some slack in the line.
There is.
For a while.
But it won't last. If it triggers a recession, if the stock market absolutely tanks tomorrow, which it's doing tonight, but we'll see how short-lived that is. Depends on what other countries do. Do they come back and say, like Israel did, we'll go to zero tariffs? If that starts happening and we get some momentum in that direction, I think Republicans will stick with him. If it goes very badly and they start seeing this showing up in their committee polls, I think you're going to start hearing from Republicans that something has to change.
Now, you know as well as I do, Kevin, you evaluated this from the outside. They ran a disciplined campaign.
Yeah.
They're not dumb. They're not politically indifferent. But they're doing this. They believe that there is something to be gained.
And political gamble.
And they talk about the transition. They talk about the detox phase. They believe there's got to be something, not only economically, but politically harvestable on the other side of this.
It's the biggest political gamble I've seen since, I think, the Iraq War.
Since 2003,
yeah,
wow.
I mean, this is an absolutely out-of-the-box thinking. They're going for it. They're going for broke. Let's hope not literally. But if it works, he's restructured the economy. He's brought jobs back. He's delivered for his middle-class manufacturing workers base that he's been promising to reinvigorate for 10 years now. And if it works, it's a huge payoff. If it doesn't, this is going to tank the Republican Party.
Joel, if it doesn't?
I mean, look, it's a hell of an economic strategy for Benjamin Harris and Chester A. Arthur and Grover Cleveland. Those late 1800 presidents would be really proud of what President Trump is doing right now, bringing America back about 150 years in terms of industrialization. I don't think it's a policy that's well thought out. It is politically untenable. Kevin just explained it. And that combined with the unpopularity of Elon Musk and Doge, I would dare Richard Hudson, chair of the NRCC, and Tim Scott, chair of the NRSC, to go run on this. Go run on what the Trump agenda and the economy is right now. It's not very popular. It's not getting results, and it's only going to get worse.
So that statement, Kevin, brings me to something that I've asked people here before. Do you think in September, October of next year, in the midterms, Republicans will be running more aggressively on Doge and what it represented and tariffs and what they represented? Or do you think Democrats will be running more on those?
I don't even know how to handicap it at this point because I think it's going to change so many times in between now and then.
Seems like a big question mark, though, I think.
Yeah.
I think it overhangs this whole thing.
Let me tell you what Democrats can be running on. Chaos, corruption, not common sense.
Well,
these are folks who said we will come in, we will restore common sense, a common sense revolution. I haven't seen any common sense revolution. The American people haven't.
Donald Trump is still the most popular politician in America right now.
He's at 50% in our poll. 50%.
Democrats are in the
and he has
low 30s.
remained. I mean, he's gone down a tick, meaning 1 point in each 2 or 3 week survey we do. 1 point.
He tried to put his thumb on the scale in Wisconsin, and he lost by 10 points. Mm-hmm. Right
he wasn't on the ballot. We know he only runs well when he's on the ballot, much like Obama. You know, that's a one-off case. But look, they won the Florida races, and the majority is slightly
in the House.
As a
slightly
Democrat,
better.
I'm not going to overreact to anything politically. I don't think Democrats have found the magic bullet in terms of addressing,
I'm not hearing a message.
Trump's momentum right now. I do think, however, Republicans are a little bit lost, and blaming Joe Biden is, look, you and I have talked about this a lot before. You can only do that for so long. The American people are not going to let you blame Joe Biden a month or 2 months from now.
Obama did it for 8 years.
Right.
Okay.
So, Kevin, there's something else that happened today that's pretty important, and you understand Capitol Hill and the reconciliation and the process that needs to go on. House and Senate Republicans on the same page now. They're going to pass a budget resolution this week. They're going to have a framework to move this big Trump agenda forward, quite separate from tariffs, which you know better than I do. The Treasury Secretary is like, that's where the rubber meets the road. Get on regulation, get on tax cuts. Let's talk a little bit less about tariffs.
They don't have a choice. They've got to pass this big, beautiful bill. It's every Republican for their lives.
Yeah.
So if anybody tries to stink it up in the House or in the Senate that wants to slow this down,
Stink it up.
they're gonna take down the whole party, and they're gonna be blamed for it.
Kevin, this is a very unpopular thing that they want to do. The least popular thing Donald Trump did his first term was the TCJA. It actually is the point where Donald Trump started to lose
Tax
momentum.
Cut and Jobs Act.
That's
the acronym,
very,
ladies and
very,
gentlemen.
very unpopular.
That's
and they're trying to make the same play
close
again
to
because
true.
it's going to focus taking stuff from middle class and working class Americans and giving it to the wealthy and the wealthy.
In the Rose Garden, the
It's not gonna
president
work.
said we are not going to cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. He just said that in the Rose Garden in today's remarks.
I can't believe that Donald Trump would mislead us in any way possible.
He's not touching entitlements, unfortunately. I wish he would.
Kevin Sheridan, Joel Payne, spirited as always, with the stink reference. Kevin Sheridan with the win.